What's up, everybody? This is the poker coaching study session. Today, we're going to be looking at
playing from the cutoff 200 big blinds deep versus the GTO Wizard trainer. We could try the peak trainer at one point at 200 big blinds. It has a 200 big blind one. We'll try that at some point, but not right now. All right, I'll go first. It's me, Larry, Bogdan, and then Mike. All right. So we raised and the small blind just called us. We have ace three. We have an overcard, we have backdoor straight, and this jack nine hits the range that our opponents have in the small blind a lot. Not the GTO range as much, but our opponent's range is filled with this stuff. So I actually think I want to check this back. All right, 47% check and submit and like that. So fine. And the bet sizes are just not bigger than 50%. All right. That's what I wanted. He checks. GTO, I think, says check the ace three here. You've got lots of showdown value now. There is always the argument to say get a fold now, so that he doesn't get a card for free. And I think I'm going to do that with this one because of the draw nature, because I can get called by things that I have beat right now. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to try to get called by something that beats me, and then I'm going to check the river back. And if I get check raised, I'm going to have to fold. All right, so I'm going to do that, and I think 50% is a good size for that. 50, 5.2, mostly check. It wants to go bigger, but all right. There we go. We continue. What does he do? He calls. Great, that's what I wanted. Check, and now I'm just going to check back. That was my plan. Just try to get that extra three in there, and that's just not good play. You're gonna bet nine for value, I guess.
No, I think it's a bluff.
It's a bluff. Well, it's not a bluff that was going to
So,
work. So there you go. Okay, Larry, you are up next.
all right, 200 big blinds deep, versus small blind on this texture. In position, SRP. I think we check. Maybe we got a sliver of showdown. Wants
Not
to turn
enough
this into a
showdown.
bluff.
Yeah, not enough showdown. The ace high was enough showdown. The king queen high is not. That's what we're gonna say. All right. Do you want to stay with your 3.3 that doesn't break the solver or change?
Let's change it to the aggressive line here. So let's make this. I guess we're doing it with the back door. Calls, we turn equity this deep. We used a very large filtering size. So if we're gonna continue to bet here, it's gonna have to be an overbet. All right, let's bet 125, beat 125.
Oh boy, that is beefy. No, so it goes down. We bet
wants
big
to.
on the flop, and so we can size down a little bit on the turn.
Yeah.
Thinking there was
Okay, well, this doesn't break it. Let's see what happens.
let's see what happens with it. He calls. Hey, that happened.
Okay.
That's good.
So this is interesting, right? So a paired board, he's called to very large sizes. He does have don't no hints with your cursor. He does have I think we have to value bet this, but I'm not so sure. Paired board, second nut flush. Yeah, I think we V150. I think you're right.
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah, it's mixing.
Yeah,
It's
but
not so sure.
it's
It's not
really
so
one
sure on a
small.
paired board.
Yeah. We
Should be
want,
nut flush.
yeah, I guess there's a little bit, um, forgot you start early now earlier. We do, oh, earlier for him, right? Okay. I guess the smaller bet is that now that the draw has completed, his weaker stuff, like his ace eight or ace nine or pocket sevens, we really want to get them to call because
Yeah, I can't call this
yeah,
sauce.
because he would have raised us with the stronger stuff, maybe. Let's see what happens.
Yeah, you're right.
And if he jams, we hate ourselves. Queen, queen. He folds queen, queen. Yeah.
Yeah.
Massive fold. All right. All right. Bogdan, you are up.
Okay, dokie. Let's see what we have. Oh, lovely. We're super strong in this situation. We can either check or bet small. Let's see 1.8,
All right.
31%.
Here we go. 1.8.
Oh, even bigger. Okay.
It wants an overbet on this, and it's because of the king queen. King queen is so good for our range compared to him. We can just bet range.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Let's
if you
check.
look on the right, our main bet size on this texture,
Is
if you look
big.
at actions, is overbet.
Yeah, and I was wrong. We don't bet range. Excuse me.
Yeah, I mean, so this is gonna be a lot different than what we're used to because we're playing 200 big blinds deep, so.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm going to
Yeah,
change your
change it.
size to the 4.1
Yeah.
because this is so rare. All right.
Sorry, guys. Yeah, go for
You
it.
bet bigger. Let's see what he does. He calls.
We are kings. Okay. We are gods. He's checking. I'm gonna check back this time.
Okay. You're going to check back. That's fine. And I'm going to bet 33 and 50. And in this case, I'm going to bet 50, but you're going to check back. Let's see how often it does that. Check a little bit, but
A little bit, yeah.
50 is the main size.
I was thinking about the same thing. Exactly the same thing. Either that or bet something in there, you know?
Yep. But it's 16%. You can live with that.
I
You
want
just
to set up
hope
a trap, you know? I want
Yeah.
to see if he's gonna bet on the turn.
There's my check.
We
And he
have the
bets
ace. Okay.
4.5.
Yeah, raised that 33 now. 126%.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't
Let's
think
enjoy this.
I don't think all in is
Jamming no is too much for that to
Yeah.
pay, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, we have
126.
what? Oh shit, that's even too much.
Oh, it's just smaller. Okay. Let's see
Smaller.
if you get him though.
Yeah,
Yeah.
let's see.
Yep.
Does he pay? Do you have a king?
He
Yes.
does. He
Thank
has a
you.
straight. He has a straight.
Yes, straight.
You outplayed the solver. Your line was better than the solver's line against his particular hand.
Absolutely lovely. Thank you.
All right. There we go. All right. After Bogdan is Mike.
Hey, do you hear me?
Yep.
Okay, good. I'm just in an unusual spot. So, all right, what do we got? Cutoff versus button. Ooh, thanks for putting me out of position.
You're welcome.
This is going to be check. This is be check range here.
Yep.
There was some slivers of betting there. Oh, nice. Okay, well, thanks for giving me a set in a somewhat innocuous spot. All right, we check. They check back. We are going to go with a kind of a smaller-ish. We're not over betting, I don't think. I think we're going to be in the 50 to. Do we get to size up to 75 when we're 200 big blinds deep? So let's go 50.
Yeah.
My
I
gut
don't
says we can go bigger if we want.
Yeah. I don't think we get to overbet because of the completed equity, but let's find out. Yeah. There isn't an overbet. And 50's, yeah, 50's good. It also likes small sizes. It's happy with everything. Okay. There's your 50.
Surprised at the amount of checking, to be honest.
Yeah.
Okay. This is obviously pretty good for us. We are going to bet on the large size. It's just how large can we go? We are going to go 150, B150.
Yep. Nice. And once again, Mike is the only one of us who does not get a mistake. Everybody else has gotten a warning. Mike is green.
Mine was pretty easy though.
Yeah. Okay. Richie,
Seems like it
you're
was.
up. Yeah.
Okay. Where are we? So we are cut off. Check twist. What is this? Single raise pot. Okay. I would bet 33 here.
I like it. And
But
it
they
likes
like it
it
more.
likes bigger.
Is that because we're bigger? I was unsure because of the low board. I was unsure if we should check back here, but then I thought the jack is good for us. and we do have backdoor equity with the hearts. So I led towards the bet, but because I thought it's not the best board for us, it was a small bet. But I'm guessing, do we transition slightly bigger because we're large stacks?
No,
And
yeah,
Yeah,
it's a
it
small
I
pot.
think our bets are bigger deep stacked.
Okay.
must be because look at this. We're polarized here, but and we just don't have the small bets.
Fair. Okay, makes sense.
Yeah.
This
Maybe
is
that
what I'm
can
trying to
be-
work out with 200 big
Might see a lot of
blinds
this. All right, there we go.
stacks because they kind of switch quite quickly between playing it safe and also betting big.
They
So I'm
do.
going to give you a 50 because it's closer to what you chose and
Yeah,
still
that's fine.
main line. All right. So you go small for 200. Get called.
Okay. I would probably check this back because we still have equity with our top pair now, but obviously the board, some flushes have completed. I don't know if that's too safe in a 200 big bird pot, but yeah, I'd check
I
it.
like- Okay. I like betting 50 here. Let's see what you do. You go for the check.
And it's 50.
All 50.
This is why I need to
Um,
study more 200 big blind pots.
We're getting value from all single spade hands. That's nice.
True, yeah, that's a
Getting
good
value
point.
from jack still. Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
makes sense.
yep. But you're going to be in the check line on this one because you didn't break the solver just to see how it punishes you for this.
Yeah, no worries.
That's how you get punished.
Oh, I think you just have to check it back when you've done this now, haven't you? Because realistically, we shouldn't open for less than 6 big blinds. And if someone overbets us or whatever, no check raises us, then you're not going to be happy at calling it. So I guess you just showed out. It feels way too nitty, but I just think after my turn play, maybe I've messed this hand up.
The jack is so much of our target range was a jack.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, it's the flushes and
Yeah.
jacks now. Yeah, cool. That's fine.
Yeah, I totally agree. All right.
Yeah.
Skate, welcome to the game, Skate. You've got 200 big blinds. Congratulations. Yeah.
Thank you, thank you. That's why I'm here. That's why I'm here. I can't miss it.
You're a little bit beat there, a little bit. Okay. You raised and got called by the button. Here we go.
All right. Okay, so we're out of position. We could do a raise got called by the button. Well, I imagine that since we don't have a spade, we're gonna want to do. Not sure because of our deuce kicker. Let's go with can't think right now. Let's go with check. Why not? Out of position.
I like check. That's what I'm going for. There might be a little bit of 50, but I think the check is the best. Check 100. Good.
Great.
Right.
Perfect.
Perfect. We check. He checks behind. Good. Oh,
Okay,
Now-
check. Now what? I imagine we could go for some finish value. Let's go. We're not gonna go nothing like crazy. Let's go like maybe the most we go is maybe 50%.
yeah, because with the flush coming in,
Yeah,
it seems like it's gonna center around some checking and then some of these small bets.
or maybe even 4.9 since the ranges are so wide. But I'm gonna guess 50%.
Yeah, I think there might be a little bit of this, but I think this is your main area of betting and a lot of checking. Let's go with the one you said. There's your 50.
No,
Oh, it's even smaller. Yeah.
doesn't like that deuce kicker there.
Yep. But again, you don't break the solve. So let's see what he does to you. He calls.
Calls. Okay.
Right.
Okay. I mean, are we gonna go for thinnest value? I mean, they could still have a jack. They probably, although unlikely, could still have a better ace.
Mm-hmm.
Could they have a flush? Yeah. So with that being said, I am going to. I'm gonna check, maybe.
I like the check.
Yeah, let's check. Let's check.
Yep.
Okay.
Check and block. Check and block. Those both make sense.
Hmm.
Let's see if he punishes you. Here's where the hard decision is. Yep.
Okay, and he goes, since we checked,
He bet
he
10.
goes sent. I think we got a call,
Yeah,
right?
we just did. Yep. Yep.
Yep.
Ace is too high in the range. We beat no value, but there are
Yeah.
bluffs. He has single spade bluffs. He also has top two.
It's up to.
There you go. All right. That was skate. After skate is Derek. Welcome, Derek. You
How's
got
it going?
200 big blinds deep, and this is what happened. You raised the cutoff, and you got called by the big blind. Queen 3-3.
Well, like my brain thinks, he probably doesn't have a 3. And this doesn't hit. Well, the queen sort of hits, but the 3s definitely don't.
Yep.
So I think I can bet small on this.
Okay, so tell me the size you're thinking of.
I'm thinking 33.
Okay, and I'm thinking you're right about the bet, but I'm thinking it's going to be 75 and 50 because you're 200 big blinds deep. The paired board, I think, keeps. Do we want to? We might be able to go to 125 because the pair is a 3, but I think it's going to be in the 75 range. But let's do the 33. Here we go.
Yeah.
33. Nope, you were right. I was wrong. And it mostly bets. Good job. All right. Here we go. You bet. You get called.
Wow, that's a brick.
That is a brick.
So we want to play a small pot. We have we didn't really improve because we can't make a straight.
Nope.
It didn't hit him. But he called. So that raises his average hand that he has. But we have nothing. So we can either continue our bluff or check. But I'm going to check here.
Yep. So just give up. Here we go. We're giving up now. That's our give up. Yep. Time to give up. And if you don't give up, you have to try hard to win. I like giving up.
So can you go back? I'm looking at the EV of all those things.
Yeah, let me go back. Let's see, how do we go back here? Our back button.
Finish the hand and then you can go back.
Okay, finish the
Okay.
hand. And go back. All right. He bet 3.
Okay, so our minimum defense should be about 25%. But we have nothing. Can we make a convincing bluff here? No. That is not a scary card at all.
Nope.
So I conclude we could bluff, but we'll have like 0.1 bluff, less than 1 in 10 times we're gonna bluff here.
Mm,
So I'm just gonna say fuck it. And
Yeah.
fold.
Yep. There's our fold. All right. So we do the showdown, and then to go back over it. Yeah, he's just got a monster.
Yeah.
All right. So Larry, the thing I go to is, repeat hand, or
You can
oh no, I
click
go
on
straight.
whatever.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
you
want-
can just click on the street where you're curious.
There we go. There it is.
So there
So
your,
go-
there's your expected value of
Look
each
at the EVs
selection.
of things, right? 1.25, 1.25, 1.24, which is basically the same. 1.17. So it's really close as far as
Yeah.
EV.
This is not a
So,
terrible
I
move
think
EV
none
wise.
of
This is
those are terrible.
significantly bad.
Well, it's not blunder bad, but
It's 7 big blinds per 100.
yeah,
This is a blunder.
yeah, agreed. We
Yeah.
we never do that.
Yeah.
So, like any of those would be fine.
Yeah.
I'd say.
But I think you picked the best one.
Yeah.
Good job. All right, that was Derek. Back to me. See if I can not butcher one. Well, I have kings. I like that. All right. kings on the paired board. I think the paired board is going to push my bet size down. So I'm going to have very little of the 75. The last paired board we saw was a 33. So I'm going to learn from that and go 33. Mike says this is a large bet. All right. Well, I've committed. Nice one, Mike. All right. So Mike, what is it? What is it about? So is it because the pair is 8s and not 3s?
No, it's just such a low, this flop is really low. Small blind calling range here doesn't hit anything here. And we have massive overpair advantage.
Oh,
They
the
just
other
don't
one
have
was,
anything.
and the other one was against the big blind.
If this was against big blind, yeah, then I don't think your bets
That's
are going to be big at all.
Okay, that's what it was. So I applied the heuristic wrong. Okay, so I'm going to give myself
Can you
close.
explain that, Mike? Why?
Yeah, so if you think about the calling range of the small blind, it's a lot of big suited cards and pairs.
Okay, small
And
pairs.
it's totally different than a big blind calling range.
So it's
And
gonna be
so
like maybe
when we flop two low card, pretty much any board with low cards on it, the in position raiser is going to be like just a huge nut advantage, big range advantage.
So the small when the small blind calls, he's most likely to have small pairs and high cards. And when
And Derek, I'm having a real time, having a hard time hearing. I think you're like a ways away from
so
your
when
mic.
when the big blind, how's that?
Perfect.
Yeah, that's much better.
Okay, so when the big blind calls, he's more likely to have anything. Is what you're saying?
Yeah, he has a much wider range. Exactly.
So he's likely to have a 4, an 8.
Yeah, think about the small blind calling range. Probably doesn't have any any 4s other than ace 4 and any 8s other than 7, 8 and ace 8.
Yeah.
Whereas the big blind's going to have a really big range of suited cards that contain an 8.
Yeah, he's got
okay.
king
Yeah.
jack
yeah.
eight,
King
six.
8, queen 8, jack 8, 10, 8, 9, 8, 7, 8, 5, 8.
Yeah.
it's a good point. And basically, they're gonna have also a wide range, but more of that junkier, suited, connected, gapper stuff.
And I'm very happy that he folded. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right, up next is Larry.
All right. We've got 10s against the big blind on this texture. I'm not really sure, to be frank. But I don't think I want to turn this into a bluff without any well, we've got the backdoor straight. I think we check.
Yeah, it's not even a backdoor straight. It's just a straight up straight. It's just a gut shot.
Yeah.
All right, check your 10s. Yep, that's excellent.
Now we hold on if he bets.
Yeah.
Okay, so once we start to take this line, we're gonna continue, so we just check.
Yep, continue on this line.
And we've got a really good bluff catcher.
Easy peasy.
We just call.
Super easy. Screw that fold.
Well done. Well done.
Screw that fold. We don't need to
Why
fold.
not
Yeah.
raising, guys? Why not raising a little bit?
Because, well, okay, because we don't need to turn the 10s into a bluff, and they're certainly not good enough to raise for value. That's why.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, we have showdown value, right? It's technically a marginal hand.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
And so, I mean, it is nice blocking the nuts, but that's pretty small portion of his range.
Yeah.
I mean, so the solver play is probably a more defensive game than what you're used to. And if that is not the most profitable way to play in your pool, then don't follow what solver's doing here. I mean, if you can raise there and get folds, do it.
All right, let's raise to 10. Let's see what he does. Oh, it won't even let us try. Okay, I'll play from here. Yeah. Oh, wait, we need to be one. Yeah, raise to 10. That seems big enough for the bluff, right?
Hmm.
That seems like a
Makes
good size. Or do you want to bluff big?
14.
You want to bluff 14? Yeah, let's see what he does.
What would
It's a
we be
mistake.
bluffing here? We wouldn't have anything to bluff, would we?
He's folding.
folded.
Ooh, we folded.
We're
Nice.
bluffing.
See?
We're just
Yeah,
bluffing. to
machine
see
is
if-
working.
Yeah, just seeing what the solver does to that raise.
Yeah, he's probably overfolding because we would be like there would be nothing to bluff here.
Yeah.
Maybe
we-
we would slow play 10-9 spades.
All right. Up next is, okay, there we go. Those are mine. So I'm gonna switch over. I'm gonna give Larry control. And then Larry, if you want to burn through 10 of them, that'd be great.
Sure.
And then Mike, if you set it up for 10 more, that'll get us 30 hands of 200 big blinds. And I'll be leaving in about 5 minutes or so.
Scotty.
Okay, so I've got two things set up here, I think.
Okay.
We can play here, which is we're in the big blind and it goes check, check on flop. And then on turn, what do we do?
Okay, except
After check, check.
we want to do a 200 big blind deep exercise. That's all that we care about.
Okay,
I'm fine with this exercise,
what
just make
we'll
it 200.
that's fine. We set this up. Is that what this is?
Exactly.
Yeah, okay. All right, so whose turn is it? I'll take the first one. We're on a timer on mine. This is ETG versus button. I think we're gonna check this. Checking range almost. It's a good button for us, but a good card for us, I think, but we just are gonna still play defensively, I think, here. With this combo. Notice we start bluffing below the sevens. But the sevens do nines, we're checking.
I want to ask this, Larry. Don't we use the high cards as scare cards? Like, let's say we represent the king, basically.
I
We
think the
we
solver
represent
just
the king
really is
with,
thinking
like, I
about
don't know,
range
4
versus
blinds.
range and positional advantage. I mean, solver doesn't have a concept of scare cards. Now humans do. I mean, that would work fine against humans, but
Yeah, good point. Thank you.
but
Good one.
solver, yeah, solver's not really thinking in those terms. It's more thinking about range versus range and SRP. So we check here. And we're just gonna continue checking and bluff catch at some frequency. That's quite a big bet, but I think we call for this line. What do you guys think? You calling or folding?
Folding. I am.
Yeah, maybe fold.
I'm calling to see what
It
he's
looks so yucky.
betting with.
Yeah, we're folding.
Yeah.
Close though.
Let's see. What do you have? Force. Fuck off. Nice call, guys. Thank you.
All right,
Oh,
who's next?
It could be me. It's okay.
Sure.
so we
let
were
me
supposed to
see.
fold there, but our calling turned out okay. Is that what happened?
Yeah, I prefers to
Yeah.
fold. It's very close though, we could see. I think. Scotty, are you still with us or have you moved
Scotty went
on?
away. He
He's
went
moved
out.
on. Hey, Mike, will you do the who's next thing?
Yeah.
Do you mind? Thank you, sir.
Yeah, it went Scotty, Larry, Bogdan, Mike, and from there I'll have to get up a new list.
Okay, so Bogdan, here you go. You ready?
Yeah.
All right, Bogdan, you've got sort of big blinds deep out of position. You've got top pair.
But I'm super out of position. Thing is, we can check this or bet small, but I'm gonna check this. Let's see how it's gonna react. What do you guys think? Check or bet? 2.5.
Out of time.
Check, check.
Should have told you there was a timer. Sorry. But yeah, I think you're gonna check this out of position. Notice we're checking range here. It's stack depth, even though it's an ace high flop. I mean, if we look at this here, we go range versus range. So who's who? So in position, out of position. We do have a range advantage, but it's pretty thin. And the big thing I think here is that if you look at it, in position, the button has a significant nut advantage. It's got a lot more good hands than we do, best hands. So that's why we're probably checking a lot here with what it views as a marginal hand. So, okay,
Yeah.
so you've checked. I'm gonna give you the check here on the flop, Bogdan.
Yeah, I was also checked. Yeah, I was like,
He
check.
bets.
Yeah,
What would
let's
you like to
call it.
do?
Call it. It's okay.
Call. Oh, look at that. It's
Oh
very,
my
very.
fucking god, he's folding. Why? This makes no fucking sense to me, guys.
Well, it's a big bet, right? He bets B75.
Yeah, sort of.
Where is his, and let's just look at top pair, right? So this is one of your worst top pairs. So it's calling 85% of ace X that it owns, that it has. But these very worst top pairs, it's folding. You've got significant, I think it's safe to say here, you've got significant kicker issues, and along with that, you don't have any backdoor equity, right? You don't have any straight equity, you don't have any flush equity. So if we look at
Yeah.
this, let's look at ace four here.
I
So
think
ace
the exact
four
same thing. That's why I
is
was
gonna
like checking.
call with the front door, pure, and then when it doesn't have any backdoor equity, it's gonna fold with this kicker. However, once you get up to like ace seven, which has backdoor equity, it's and a better kicker, it's calling. It's got a backdoor straight,
Crazy.
and it's got the ace, so it's calling. And then yeah, so where are your check raises coming from? Which aren't there are hardly any, so we'll just ignore it. Yeah, so you're just folding here because, but we can call. It's not gonna
Move
break
it.
it, so we'll
Move,
call.
move on. Let's see. Move on.
Okay,
we
so now
have
you
10.
get this turn. What would you like to do? I assume you want to check to the better.
If we check, I'm assuming he's gonna do a bet again, like 75% of that, and I'm supposed to fold that, again. So no. Wait a bit. Let's bet 5.4, 32%. Let's become aggressive.
You want to lead for 33%?
Yeah, bet it.
Okay, I don't think it's gonna have that in the arsenal.
I know. I'm totally aware of it. I'm just having
Okay,
a different line.
so we're off
That's
to
it.
solve now. To solve. Well, you got two pair. That's nice.
Yeah,
What-
and no, let's make
And
an overbet 40 bigs.
okay, so 40 bigs. Okay.
The purple one. Yes, that one. We're already in the dark zone. What do you call
Okay, he
it?
caught.
Fucking hell! Ah, shit. Thank you, guys.
Okay, Mike, who's next?
Crazy.
Okay. Yeah, we should be careful because the exercise is in regards to trying to figure out what the baseline and the equilibriums are. I know it's easy to get caught up in emotion and think that we shouldn't have called there, or we should have bet there because he's going to bet into us. But the exercise is about trying to learn how the solver operates and get our minds around the fundamentals. You know what I mean?
Yeah, makes all the sense in the world. I'm just always curious about this because I don't really understand why on some boards like ace king to deuce, ace king three, or ace queens for stuff like that. I see a lot of betting from small aces. All the types of the bet, even cards that don't hit a pair or two pairs or stuff like that, they bet, and that's only in the solver. I don't see it in in tournaments, And I was like, okay, let's see what you are pushing with. I'm curious of the hand. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah,
All right. Who's next?
that'd be me.
All right, Mike. So you are
Oh,
200
good.
big blinds
Another under
deep.
the gun button. And I flopped the nuts 80% of the way to the royal.
Wild.
Surprisingly, we're going to be checking this quite frequently, so we're going to check. It has a pretty decent betting frequency.
Yeah, more than I thought.
What's the global? What's the global percentage is what, 74% checking. This
Yeah.
hand in particular still likes to bet, obviously.
So we are mixing with our flushes. We don't care if nut flush or bottom flush. We're just mixing, betting, and checking. Which makes sense, right? It's hard for him to have anything when we've got the nuts here.
Yeah,
So we check.
especially the top two cards, right? So the best
Yeah,
he can have is
we're
a jack
blocking
high
everything.
flush.
It's very hard to get paid here. In theory, he checks back. I think he. Well, what would you like to do?
Yeah, so this is gonna, I think surprisingly again, still want to check at a pretty decent clip that will surprise us, but certainly versus population, we don't want to do that. But to the solver, probably want to bet B50.
Okay. I was thinking B33, but both are fine. Continues to
Yeah,
want
and
to
again, look at how
trap.
much we check. That's like it's 40% still.
Yeah, I mean, it's just, I think it's because it's hard for him to have anything to call, right? Because the ace, the king, the queen, and the 10 are on the board, are in our hand. I think we really like this card.
Now, do we consider this a scare card if you were button? Do we consider this a good card because he gets there often? So if we check, he's going to bet a lot of his value, and we can check raise. If he doesn't, he's just going to check back. So I think we probably get more value from a check raise. Oh, no, it wants us to bet completely.
Yeah, wants us to bet. So let me see. So he's got the 7-9 and the Jack-9, but he doesn't have either
Does
of
he
those.
have? I don't think he has 7-9.
No, he doesn't have either
He
of
may not
those.
even have Jack-9.
No, he doesn't.
Not the solver anyway. The humans will.
Yeah. Yeah, he folds quarter of flush.
Yeah. Do
Excuse
a
me.
quick check on pre-flop and see what, if at 200 big blinds, if they start getting in double gappers on the button. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Let me see if I can pull it up here. This is our range. So work. So when we open, go away. When we open, and then button flats, this is the
Yeah,
range.
no, there's no gappers.
Yeah, it's pretty straightforward. Hold on one second, guys. Yeah, doesn't even really have any suited connectors, does he? Very low frequency, the stack depth.
That surprises me. I thought you'd see more suited. You do see more than 100, but it's still like way few.
Yeah. All right.
All right, Derek,
Derek.
take it
Yo,
away, Derek.
Okay. Ace queen, I love it. You know, backdoor high cards and backdoor bluff. So I'm betting small. 20.
Okay, I think you're gonna check here, pure,
Yeah, you could check.
but we could try bet small. Yeah, you just check here.
Yeah, just check. Just check.
Do you want to take that line instead?
Now let's take the check line. I can see why you could. I can see why you check because you don't have anything.
Okay,
Keep the pot small. Wow, you still don't have anything.
he calls.
Yeah, let's just check. Keep the pot small. Oh, what do you know, Joe? Okay, so you want. I think my hand is best at this point, so I want to maximize what I get out of it. I'm gonna
Beep,
bet
beep, you're
either
running out of
eight-
time. What size would you like?
I was thinking of bet 8.
It wants to,
Oh.
so I think it wants to use a small bet because he's capped.
Yeah.
But you do get called by 5, well played.
So
Okay, who's next?
Richie,
I'm seeing a lot of wrong move, but make the most money.
Alright, Derek, your mic is
Richie.
really low.
We're seeing a lot of
Richie, are you
wrong-
with us?
wrong
Yeah, I'm here. Can you hear me okay?
I got
Yeah.
you, Richie. Yep.
Derek, what were you saying just to let you finish?
We're seeing a lot of wrong move, but make the most money on the river here.
But
I
it's,
suppose.
we're
Alright,
it's making it in a vacuum, right? In that one scenario over a larger sample size. In theory, what GTO is saying, it won't make you the most money.
yeah, we need it's a small
Bingo.
sample size.
Right.
Alright, here we go, Richie. You've
Results
got
oriented.
middle pair and
Middle
backdoor flush
pair.
draw.
We check this out of position to the button.
Yeah, this is gonna be interesting. We're checking range here.
Yeah, I thought we would. It hits them more than us, right?
Yeah, I mean, well, let's just look real quick.
It's connected, bar the rainbow, and it's middle, which hit them in position more than us.
So it's a toss up, but he's just got a smattering of better best hands. Cause he's got. He might have, I guess he has more. A little bit more to pair. And yeah, so. Check is good. He overbets.
Oh gosh. I think this might just be a fold with the overbet because it's connected. I don't know. We've got the backdoor flush as well. I think it's a fold, but let's call it just to see. I think it's a fold.
I think against solver, we might call with the back door,
Okay.
but let me see. So 8-6 and Jack 8 are straights, but he doesn't have either of those.
The problem I think is with calling this right. If like a jack of spades pops up, you're not too happy. But it really likes
So
it. So there
it's
we
really
go.
close. It's
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, it's not slam dunk.
Yeah, fair. Okay. There we
So,
go.
so we call this overbet.
Oh, nice. Okay. Well, that's technically better for our range as well.
I wonder if he checks his back a lot. I don't know. What do you want to do now? Check?
I still think it's a check, but I was thinking, do we have a donkey? Because it's so connected, I still think it's a check because we're out of position.
Yeah, I think it's
yeah.
generally a check. I don't think this shifts equity enough.
No.
Oh, it does.
Nice.
Your gut was
Okay.
right.
Nice.
So if we look at this,
33 donk. Okay, cool. Like it.
so we donk a lot when we get the front door here with the middle pair.
Yeah. Well, the king hits us and we picked up equity the draw. That's why I was thinking this could be a donk for us. But yeah,
Like what? Yeah, so we're dunking quite a bit here. This is hard to find in game. If you guys ever find these equity shifting donks, I don't find them
have
very
the
often.
Derek
Man,
rule
I'll tell
all
you,
the
not
time.
against the overbet like that. That's really strong.
That's a really good point. Yeah, I didn't think about that. He did overbet. So we'll see with check. I think that's the a line most of us are gonna take here. He checks
If I
back.
pick up equity on the turn, I bet.
Okay.
Because we didn't donk, I feel like this is tough to bet, but it's still reasonable because the king and he's checking back kings. What size will go? Running out of time. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go 24. No, I'm gonna go 59%, 13.5. Yeah. Check.
That's a check call.
Yeah, better check call. Makes sense, probably.
So
queen,
he
nice.
chose, I wonder how often he chooses this overbet, but he really didn't have anything here.
Yeah,
They're backdoor diamonds.
it's tough, right? Because
Interesting though. I don't think that's a high frequency play. Who's next?
All right, we go to skate.
Skate, are you ready, sir?
I am always ready.
All right, you got this flop against button. 200 big blinds deep.
All right. We're OOP, so I imagine we're gonna be doing some checking. Do we have betting here because of the lone king versus button? Maybe. If I would bet, I would go small 33, but I'm gonna check.
Yeah, we get some value with mostly check. Well played. He checks back. That is a, well, it brings in two pair. It's not entirely brick, but he doesn't really have any city connectors that we saw. Let's just, I'm gonna put your toss. Let's go look and see how much you. So when we raise, he does have. So I was wrong before. I was on the wrong player. He does have a lot of city connectors on button. So I
Yeah,
steered you guys
including
wrong before. I apologize.
Yeah.
He's got
including
a
some one
lot of city
gappers.
connectors here. Yeah. And even, yeah. So he's got 6-5 at almost full frequency. So what would you like to do here?
Here, okay, we check the flop here. I think as you mentioned, they could still have two pairs. Some sets. Check with the ace high.
Mixing betting, but we're mostly checking. All right. So we've gotten to river and no one wants to put money in. What would you like to do?
Okay. I guess check and give up.
Wants
No.
to. I wonder if this is a value bet. Wants to bet small with. I don't know.
The diamond.
Let's see. With the diamond, I guess. Yeah. Yeah, you're right. Good call. Yeah, I guess that makes sense. It wants to bet with a diamond. And he's gonna call you with fours and you're gonna lose. But I think you played it well. So who's next?
All right, A plus has joined us. Hey, A plus, you're up.
Okay. So what's this setup here? Is a raise call?
Under the
Raise.
gun raises and button flatted.
Check.
Yeah, and you're playing 200 bigs on deep, so you're pretty deep here. Check.
Yeah, I'm checking. Yeah.
We get a lot of bets on this texture. We're betting half the time on this texture
Yeah, you got
across our entire range. This king queen texture is pretty good for us. But checking is also in there, so we'll check. He bets big. He bets about a B75.
That's interesting. Ace Jack, should I be? Normally Ace Jack is a fold when you're checking and somebody's betting into you. With King Queen, I got the gut shot there, basically with the 10. I don't think that. I think that's a fold with the check.
I think it's fold too. It's mixing.
Mixing.
I'm surprised it's calling that much.
Yeah, with Ace Jack.
Yeah,
it's-
probably a much better fold versus humans than it is the solver.
Well,
Yeah.
you have to remember, like,
agreed.
you might have a chance to get like 200 big blinds if you hit your gut shot, right? So there's like
Yeah.
implied shots playing.
Yeah, that's a
implied
good point.
odds playing.
Well, if you hit your gut shot that's not a spade, then
Yeah.
yeah,
You got 3 cleanouts.
yeah, yeah.
Who's next?
All right. It would be Larry.
All right. Big hand. Yes. Okay, so we have a great hand. We're 200 big blinds deep. We are motivated to get money in, but I think we still have check raises.
We
And I
want to
think
get
the best way to
stacks.
get money in is a check raise. So I'm gonna do a check
Oh, no,
raise
I
here, which it
disagree.
does not like, but let's see what
I think
happens.
the best way is bet.
Yeah,
bet,
it's one of
bet.
those boards that's really good for a range bet.
Yeah, we didn't get what we wanted. So now I think we overbet. Now we take this line, we are continuing to trap. We get the call we want, and now I think we overbet again.
Good choice.
Good job.
It's
Called by
bet over
oh, set
set.
over set.
Oh,
Mm.
Did you check the flop?
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
checked
he
the
would have
flop
folded.
with the check raise. I wanted the check raise,
Right.
and he did not
And
oblige.
he
and we got
didn't
there in
have a
turn.
set till the turn.
so
Yeah.
we got
Yeah.
set over set, and we didn't
Yep.
get 200 big blinds in. This is a
Okay,
unmitigated
I'm gonna
disaster.
repeat this hand real quick to play it the way it wants to. Just for fun. Alright, so it wants to fast play this, right? No, once the fast play is bigger. This is where we get an overbet. It's just gonna fold, and he's gonna fold a great part of his range here. Yeah. Alright, but we don't care when we have this much equity. We just want him to call. Look, he folded top pair. Good kicker there with a gutter. Alright, who's next?
Ogden.
Bogdan, are you ready?
Bogdan, it'll be me if he's not there.
Can you
All
hear
right,
me
I'll
then?
take it. Oh, there he goes.
Ah,
Bogdan's
sorry,
in?
guys. Yeah, I'm here. I was like too far away from the mic. Sorry.
Okay. No worries. Alright, this is our second to last hand. For 200 big blinds.
Kidoki.
What would you like to do here?
I might flop the nuts on the turn, so I'm gonna check this.
I wonder. Yeah, we're checking range on this ace high board. Two-tone, ace queen, we're checking. Let's just look at this real quick. He just has a lot of aces that he defends, right? Like, here's his range. Go away. Here's his range. He just has a lot of, he doesn't have a lot of offsuit, but he's got a lot of suited ace. So if you look at
Makes
who's got
sense.
top pair more, we do have it more. Let's do range versus range here. Let's go to hands. Top pair. It's a larger part of our range at 25% versus 19%. But I guess we're just playing defensively here. And who's got the range advantage here? Maybe it's a toss up. So we've got a significant range advantage. I'm surprised we check this as much as we do. This seems quite
Natural, yeah.
quite defensive to be checking 90% of range on this texture. But
Yeah, we saw
okay.
the difference between a king high flop versus this ace high flop. Remember the king queen X
Yeah.
flop we had earlier? It wanted to bet like almost 75 to 80% range. And here we change it to an ace high flop and it wants to nearly check range.
Yeah, that's a really good point. So I think what, if we took away one simple heuristic is that we often are betting king high flops and ace high flops we're checking. So we check here. He bets big. What would you like to do?
We call.
I wonder how
Relax.
much we check raise here. I think we're gonna check raise.
I was thinking about the same thing, but I don't want to drop the small aces.
Okay,
you
that's
know?
fine. We're not check raising a lot. It's in there, but we're not doing it a lot. We're not check raising this actually hardly at all. When
If
he
you
uses,
have
you know
like
why?
Jack,
It's because he uses a big size. When he uses this big size, it just reduces our check raise frequency. If he used a smaller size, we'd have check raises. Okay, now you have middle pair, third pair, and second nut flush. What would you like to do?
still checking, but also
Yeah, I think you're gonna
sometimes,
check.
yeah, against the human
See if he
opponents, I would like, yeah,
polarizes. He checks back and you get there. What would you like to do?
we have the nuts. I'm checking. I hope
O-
he's gonna bet. To be
Okay.
honest, it's like a make a raise.
We mostly like to bet this.
Mhm.
B61 gets his capped range, but checking is fine. And
And
you got what you
bet.
wanted. Now what size would you like
Yes.
to use?
80%, 39. That being
Okay,
one.
so we're
Jump.
gonna 4x his bet size about. It's in there. And he
With what?
folds top two.
Oh, nice.
That is, now he folds top two with the flush blocker. That is
Wow.
interesting.
Wow. Good play. Good play.
Thank you. Thank you. I felt it.
I like it.
All right. So this is going to be, I think that's our last one for, yeah. So we can go to some other stuff. Do you guys want to continue on the trainer?
I'm good with the trainer. I'll bring up the 200 big blind drill if you want, or
Oh,
do
yeah,
whatever.
sure. Yeah, we could switch to you doing it. That's fine.
Go for it.
While he's doing it, this is a reminder of what the button flatting engine. So he's got 8% of hands that we're playing against, which is right here.
Right. Okay, Larry, let's just double check settings, make sure we're good.
I might make it NL 500 because he's going to have more flats, which I think is more realistic to
Okay,
humans.
all right.
Um, yeah, I think that's fine.
Okay. Should we make it a 2.x or with, because they'll
Yeah, I
go
think
some
probably
two.
I would make it 2.5.
Oh, we can't do, then we
No,
can't do
no, I
200
wouldn't
big
do it.
blades.
And then,
Okay.
do you want to look at all settings? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then, so we're gonna play against the big blind sometimes too. We were gonna play in the big blind, which is fine. So this will be different than ours. We're gonna be in different positions, which is fine. I would go to modes real quick. Full hand standard actions. Eat action. Fine. Do you want to have a time bank?
Yeah, if everyone wants a time bank.
Yeah. And then scroll down and see what the other one is. Yeah. And then go to display on your left. Yeah. I would unclick show RNG icon. And I think it's good. Yeah, I think you got it.
Okay.
Maybe
I'm just
save
gonna
it so you
save
have
this
it.
for. All right, here we go. This should be number one. I'm next on the list, followed by Derek, Richie Skate, and A+.
Wow.
I got to move some Zoom windows. All right, what do we got? Button versus small blind. And oh, what happened here? Oh, he donked into us. Ooh, okay, this is a little unusual. We do have the bottom pair It's a pretty good board for them too. I'm gonna call one. This might be wrong. Okay, check it. Oh, it's wrong in a different sense. It's right, but I was not expecting a raise. Okay, so we'll continue. So this small blind range. Jacks. Boy, this is weird hand. I'm gonna check behind. I wonder if it wants us to start taking the betting initiative and start turning things into bluffs, but he's not folding an ace, so we're gonna check. Oh, look at that. It does want us to start
Yeah,
getting
it's really
after
hard
it.
to know these lines.
Boy, I just can't see us turning this into a bluff because he's just gonna call with any ace, any queen. He could even be trapping. Is he doing this with tens or jacks and we can get him to fold? Maybe, but we've taken the check line so far. I think we just check.
100%.
Pocket fives.
Wow.
That's such a strange line from the small blind. We definitely don't see that. All right, we got Derek.
Okay.
Derek, you ready?
Yep.
Take it away, sir.
I'm in the hijack against the big blind. Well, this hits my range. So I should have more queens and more jacks. So I can bet small here against the big blind who shouldn't have as many queens and jacks.
Okay, betting
then-
small.
Yep. Oh,
No C betting. I'll bet that's a check range spot. Larry, how do we see that? We got to change this. What next hand? We'll put up
So
the
let's
learning
go
mode,
back-
I think
let's
it's
go
called.
back.
Hit the light bulb.
Yeah.
top right.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Okay.
And then you could just expand it when, like, go to the middle of it, and when it shows you the two arrows, click on it. There.
Yeah, I just wanted to be able to see this grid.
Okay.
So
Oh,
we
I
can
got
kind
you.
of we can get a sense like for what it is, if it's a check range or
I
whatever.
got you.
All right, so we wanted to check there this hand. So it's not a check range board. So you had the
Well,
right idea. This
So it's
hand in
checking
particular.
eights in particular. Check.
Yeah.
Remember how we saw an island of checking in the sevens before?
Mm-hmm.
So this is like an island of checking in the eights.
Yeah, tens through sixes, tens through sevens are checking, and then they start. Well, sixes is a set, but then fives, fours, threes, and deuces are all betting over there at a
Yeah.
pretty good clip. So we'll change your move to check here so we don't break
Yeah.
this solver, and we can continue. So you
So the
checked.
reason we have an island of checking is that we want to play a small pot there. I think. With like
Yeah,
below
I think your
second
hand
pair.
is just, yeah, you're just so smack dab in the middle of your range. You're not at the top of your range, you're not at the bottom of your range. You're smack dab in the middle.
Yep. So the ace pushes us further down. So the ace helps us our range more than it helps his range because we have more aces than he has because he has more junk because he's a big blind. But I'm still gonna have to jump back to the reasons that we should have chosen to check on the flop are still there. Now that we're below third pair, so we're gonna check.
Good choice.
Now we're below fourth pair. So the reasons that the same argument goes also, right? This is a non-changing card, except for the fact that it brings in the straight and it brings in the flush. So below fourth pair with no straight and no flush and no block, we're definitely checking this, unless we want to bluff. But we have a tiny bit of showdown value that we can proudly show our fourth pair.
Ah, you
Our
did.
fourth pair is good. Yay! We do a happy dance.
All right, Richie, you're up. I'll wait for the okay from Richie. All right, Skate, I think you're up if Richie doesn't jump in here. No, Skate. Oh,
all right.
Hey there, Skate.
I'm here.
All right, here we go.
Okay. With this king high board here, with this ace, as we mentioned, we're gonna want to be doing some checking. Can we bet here? Let's go with 33. I imagine it's gonna mostly check, but we can bet.
Yeah, good call.
Yes, yes.
Nice.
Okay. So here I'm thinking we could still lose to worse kings, better kings. Could they still have a 10? Maybe. But with the flush draw come in, I'm gonna want to check.
Okay. Very good. And if we do bet, it's a small bet.
Okay.
There's that principle of betting 1/3 on when the flush comes in.
Yeah, we see that a lot.
Yeah.
Hmm. All right. I guess I'm gonna make a side call.
Nice.
I don't like our kicker, as I mentioned. I think it's probably the worst kicker that we could have for this king comp. Yeah, we don't have a spade. I imagine it's gonna want to check almost entirely the solver.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Ace, king. Let's take a look at how often they are supposed to.
They flatted pre-flop, huh?
Yeah, which is a thing, especially at 200 big blinds deep. I wanted to see if we could see the frequencies, but I guess so we check to them. They have top pair. They are still supposed to check. Was that you or is that us? It's hard to tell. Anyway, all right, we'll move on. A plus, you're up.
Okay.
All right, here you go, A plus.
Whoa, low junk. Ay, ay, ay. Big blinds deep. Do I want to turn this Jack 10 into a bluff? Should be as about as low as I'm raising, so I may continue. It's probably gonna be a check, but I would bet 33% just as a bluff, just on that Jack 10. And if he
Okay.
raises them out.
Yeah,
I'll
pure check range. Yeah,
Check,
check
yeah.
range board there.
Yeah.
Let's change it to a check so that we can continue with the hand,
Mhm.
which we knew would be right. Like a check would be good.
Yeah.
We just thought there might be some frequency of betting there. So we check, and you face a B33.
This is so interesting because he has some sevens, no threes, twos. He could just be doing this with ace queen, ace jack. I don't know if I'm supposed to call here with this jump though, so I'm gonna fold the jump. It's about my range.
Yeah, I bet that's 100%. Yeah. And I'm sure, I bet there's a little bit of calling in here and raising. I bet we look at that if we're holding a spade. Richie, are you back? If not, Larry, you're up.
All right.
Here we go. Oh, another interesting flat on the button from solver.
Fine. All right, looks like we're defending the big blind. No, we're button versus small blind, and we get checked too. We have a bottom pair against a solver flatting range. I think we're gonna check. I don't think we turn this into a bluff. Yeah, we mostly check. And then is he gonna put us in hell? He's not. We're gonna check again with our marginal showdown.
Good picks.
And it's hard for us to fold to a bet, and we're not gonna fold to a bet on a repeat queen. We're gonna call.
Let's see. Did he get? Oh, yeah, he was just on the old post oak bluff.
Yeah.
Okay, good hands. Good hand. Bogdan, you're up.
I'm here.
All right, here you go.
Let's see. Load me some aces, please. Okay, not bad. King 10. We have absolutely nothing. But I would like to behave like I have a king in there. So I'm gonna bet 1.8. But I'm also
Okay.
inclined to check this, okay? I'm in between the
Yep.
ideas, but being aggressive is usually better. Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah, good pick there. We've seen that king high boards are good for the razor, and a paired board gets c-bet quite frequently, and that was a good pick.
Yeah, that too. Thank you. Let's see. We have a queen now. And you're checking. You either have a 7 or a king, or you're waiting for a spade. Let's keep pushing for 55, like half pot. 50%, yeah.
I'm gonna map. Yeah, I was imagining we're
check.
gonna be checking quite a bit there. Let's change that move though, just so we can get a
Okay. Yeah.
good solver output.
We don't break the solver. Sure. No worries. Let's check it. But I needed protection from this. Now that the second king is off, and he's still checking really fast. Okay. Let's bet 7. 7 from heaven. Good choice.
Yeah, good choice. Let's see if he does anything crazy on us.
I'm curious about that too. That's why I chose that size. He didn't. Okay.
Very
perfect.
nice. You got value from pocket tens.
One thing
Sounds
I
crazy.
noticed. One thing I noticed is that Bogdan seems to be aggressive in the right ways to maximize against this solver. It seems. Does that?
But
seem
I'm
to
also
be-
trying. Yeah, but I'm also trying to maximize against people, bro. Think is not always coming out like that. Thank you.
Does that make? Do you agree with that, Larry? Like,
Yeah.
What do you think?
Yeah, Larry, he was asking you, but I agree. Yeah, Bogdan has shown his aggressive nature on many occasions.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah, for sure. Sorry, I was distracted.
No worries. Thank you, guys. Thank you, guys. Thank you, brothers.
And all right, so Mike is next. Let's see if I can give myself something good. It's thinking.
I want to see stats.
Oh,
go
it
in.
does give me something good.
Okay, I want to see
And
stats
we are
go in.
We are the defender, so we cold called jacks on the button, was certainly a thing I would do versus an under the gun raise. We're gonna bet. I think our normal size bet here is going to be in the smallish range. Do we ever get to size up because we're 200 big blinds? I'm going to go with the standard B33. No, we size up when we bet. We go.
No. Like at this, the first thing you think of when you see this is, how can I get stacks in 3 bets? Right? So
Yes.
you take what's in the pot, you subtract it from the stack sizes, divide it by 3, and that's what your second to last bet is going to be. And then you do that again. And that'll determine what your bet size is going to be. Does that make sense? Like I
It sure
immediately
does.
think of, how can I get all the stacks in? Because that's the whole reason why you're paying 200 big blinds deep.
Yes, that's a good strategy for sure. And Solver agrees with you. Let's see. Should I change our move? We didn't break the Solver. It actually is interesting. It actually has more EV than this bet, which is unusual.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure why it's kind of an unusual spot there. And yeah, I chose the small bet because it's kind of a often, I guess it's almost like heuristically common that when under the gun checks to you on a board that they should check to you, like they're going to check range here pretty much, that we do get to bet frequently and small. So this one is different in that it wants to bet still pretty frequently, but really big. Probably because our range has all of these jacks and tens and fives. He can have all of that as well. So it's unusual that we would consider to have a nut advantage because they have jacks, tens. We probably have more fives. They have aces, kings, and queens. So, but yes, Derek, for sure. We have top of range. We have the absolute top of range right now, and we can overbet. Now, do we overbet when we don't have top of range? And Solver is saying, yes, we do. So let's continue with this size since we don't break the Solver. Oh, okay, that's fantastic. We did get check raised, which is what we want.
This is an interesting
Can we
spot
fast play?
because, yeah, I think it's gonna mix, but I think you can fast play because I'm blocking spades and he has to call and you're very, very deep. So if his check raise range is composed of significant amount of draws, which he cannot fold, which he should be on this texture, then I think we raise a lot. We may smooth call, but I think we're gonna raise a lot on this texture.
Yeah, I'm with you because they are going to do this with their overpairs, with their tens, with their fives, with all of those draws that are going to have pretty decent equity. I mean, decent is relative, of course, right? When they have a flush draw, if they have gut shots and straight draws with a spade,
Yeah.
backdoor hearts like ace, queen of hearts, a lot of this, a lot of that. I think fast playing is actually pretty good. And we see a lot of not fast playing when we're in position and have top of range. We often don't see a bet 3-bet when we're in position. But I think because we're 200 big blinds deep, to Derek's point,
I think it
we
changes
want
it.
to try to get more money in. But I think our sizing won't be that big. I think it will be in the smaller size,
Yeah.
in the smaller
Yeah, I
raise
agree.
size, as opposed
Okay.
to here. Now, maybe against population, we want to go bigger because they're not going to be sensitive to size. I think Solver wants to go here if we do it at all.
Will that get it all in the next bet?
So if we make it 18 here, that's going to make the pot 36-ish. They call, it'll make it 56-ish, maybe 55, call it. We'll both have about 120 left for 2 streets. Yeah, I think you could easily get it in at that point without being too overly. That's why I like this size.
All right.
I'm gonna go for it. Let's see if it
I'm
does.
gonna go 29.
Okay, so we do fast play this more than we just flat it.
Yeah.
And it does like the larger size.
Yeah.
Yep. Stack depth.
But I see there
So
at
he
the
has to call. What did he fold here? Yeah, it makes sense.
Okay. Yeah.
I guess he's gotta fold that. He just doesn't have enough going on.
I'd be curious what he does with ace queen of spades there.
I think he's
Yeah,
gotta call his
let's
queen of
give
spades,
him
and
ace
that's why
queen
you're
of
using the
spades.
raise size.
The royal flush.
It's not gonna tell you on this. You've got one solve and you can look at it. You can burn your one solve.
Okay. We'll move on to the next. Derek, you're up.
Okay.
I have a quick question about last hand. I'm just curious. So when Solver there on the river decides to give a slightly higher EV to the less chosen option, what does that mean there?
I mean, I think they call it sovereign noise sometimes, and it's just their argument is that it's a low frequency part of the tree, so it's not fully solved. I think that's what their argument is in that situation, although I find that dubious.
Okay, so either way, we want to be taking the most common option, the most higher percent.
Yeah, but I think it's really close. I think it's so close that it doesn't really matter that much in reality.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, and my question was, I wonder why it didn't apply more frequency to it. Like, you saw that the other 2 bet options were the frequency was considerably more. Like, I wonder why it didn't kind of like even it all out, so to speak.
Yeah, I don't know. Good question.
All right, Derek, this is you.
Okay. I have an overpair to the board. It's a vulnerable position. Things could change hugely on the turn. So I'm gonna bet 75 or 50, one of those two. I'm gonna bet 75.
Okay.
Nice. I would not have found this. Can you see
Notice the global check percentage is still pretty high because we're out of position.
Yeah.
But it does use the big size quite often.
can you bring up the quick solve thing and
This
see
one
if
here?
we're betting big only with the jack of spades with the jack?
Yeah, where do I check? Where do I see that?
Right there, click that.
Okay.
Click the expand button. Expando thing. And then if you go on the left to R and you go to strategy on ours. So then if you go up to, yeah,
Oh,
and then you
great.
can click
Okay.
on jacks. That doesn't care. Okay, just curious if it cared. Thanks.
So it's betting big or 50% a lot of the time.
Yeah,
that
it
what
did
you're
cross
saying there?
range, right? So that tells us when we see a solve like this, it's just doing it across range on this texture.
Because we have jacks, we don't want aces, kings, or queens to come. We don't want a flush card to come.
Well,
We don't want
kind
the
of,
straight
but
card.
it's using tons of different hands for this sizing, so it just really likes it's a very blind versus blind, it's a very polarizing strategy it's using, right? It's betting mostly, but when it does bet, it chooses a big size often.
Mm-hmm.
So it's using the way to think of it is that it's using a polarizing strategy blind versus blind here on this texture.
Right. So we bet big and they folded right off the bat.
And what did they have?
What did they fold? Oh, absolute garbage.
Nothing. They had nothing. I can beat garbage. Yay!
All right. Richie, are you back?
I'm eating.
Okay. Okay, we'll skip you, Richie. Skate, you're up.
Good luck, Skate. Are you there with us?
Yep, I'm here. I am
Okay,
here.
here you go.
All right, good hand, good hand. All right. Alrighty, and so we are going to, I think, entirely. Oh, okay, with the big blind. We're gonna check out of position. I mean, they could still
Yeah.
have. I mean, I don't even think we're gonna bet because they could still have the nines. Maybe.
Yeah, we know we're checking there. Good call.
Okay. All right, we're obviously not folding to that size. And we're not raising either.
Okay.
Okay, maybe a little bit. Okay, we're gonna follow the same story. We're gonna check, especially out of position. I feel like folding a little bit, but I'm gonna call.
Good call.
All right, I'm gonna check and evaluate the size he may bet on the river. And I'm gonna fold. Okay. Good.
Okay. Good
Well
hand.
done. Good
Perfect.
hand, good hand.
A
Come to
plus,
Flossie.
you're up.
Okay.
A plus. All right, here you go.
Ace queen, 8-4-3 jump, small blind into under the gun. That's a check. Did we raise? Are we gonna raise? What do we call? Yeah, check. We're checking there. Oh, he didn't bet. Oh, okay. 200 big blinds cash. Do I attempt to get some money in here? I probably should, or should I check to him? And allow him to bet. I think I'm gonna check here and see what he does. If he bets, I'll raise. If not, he checks, I'll bet the river.
Okay,
Yeah.
good. It does like the check
Mhm.
or a block size.
Yeah. See that double flush, that flush comes in. But with that overcard with the flush draw, he should have been betting that. So I'm gonna bet that small. I'm gonna bet that 33%.
That's the
Check.
check pure there. Interesting. I
check.
thought there'd be some block there too. I'm gonna change it to check just so that we can do the hand. Let's see, he
Good bluff.
puts you in a little bit of a spot, but
Yeah, straight call. Just a call.
yeah. Interesting value bet from him there.
Hmm.